Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya, and today I will be completing a sort of challenge where I pair songs that randomly appear on my Spotify shuffle with a novel. I believe this particular video idea was created by Bex from Cozy Bex. I will link her channel down below or up above, whichever is most convenient. And I recently saw it on Susan is Reading, so I will also link that channel. Both Susan and Bex are so lovely, and you should definitely go watch their content because it is fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. The first song is Break My Heart Again by Phineas.
Hey you, I'm just now leaving.
For Break My Heart Again by Phineas, I am going to have to say the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins. I feel like really Katniss shouldn't have ended up with anyone at the end of the series, but I feel like she broke both Peeta's heart and Gale's heart repeatedly throughout the throughout the series. She was figuring stuff out, which is totally fine, but I feel like they just didn't understand that, so they were under the impression that she was just crushing their hearts. Oh, you can only have six skips on Spotify, so I'm gonna play the rest of this, and I'll be back for the next song. Good morning. Busy now. Ignore me. Alaska, Acoustic by Maggie Rogers.
I was walking through icy streams that took my breath away.
Such a pretty song.
Moving slowly through westward water over a glacial plains.
This is kind of about not only heartbreak and moving on from a relationship, in my interpretation anyway, but also about losing kind of who you are and the essence of who you are as a person while you're in a relationship. That's perhaps not the best. My foot really hurts. What did I do to it? You know what? I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, because Laurie falls desperately in love with Joe to the point where his kind of whole self-worth hinges on her affection and whether or not she appreciates his jokes or loves him back, and he's absolutely crushed when he finds out that she doesn't reciprocate his feelings. This song, Alaska by Maggie Rogers, has a lot of nature imagery, and Laurie confesses his feelings for Joe, and she rejects him while they're outside, and it's beautiful where they live, and it's just a really heartbreaking scene. This is Pink Skies by Lanny.
Perfect tattoos.
Shall I love you? So this song is kind of about like it's another love song. Clearly I have a niche taste in music, but it's kind of, I feel like, representative of high school. It starts with thrift store fashion, imperfect tattoos, and that just makes me think of being young and kind of reckless in the sense that I feel like youth often think they're invincible and that life owes them everything. And it's kind of a romantic, happy song, but it's also nostalgic in a way. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I feel like that novel is my favorite representation of all time of coming of age, of growing up specifically with mental illness or personal struggles in your family or your friend group or even just your community at large. And I feel like this song, Pink Skies by Lanny, is just kind of the epitome of that youthful figuring out who you are, kind of an identity coming to be, and the thrill and the horror that comes along with that. So I'm just gonna jam out to this song because I don't want to use all my 6 skips. I don't have Spotify Premium. No way, Jose. E.E.T. by Regina Spektor. I love Regina Spektor.
It's like forgetting the words to your favorite song. You try to feel the beat
Okay, this song I feel is about being lost. And honestly, for me, I associate it actually with the memory care facility that I volunteered at before the coronavirus pandemic took full swing. And it talks about how you forget the words to your favorite song, and you're just starting to, and that would be a terrifying thing. Like, imagine if you heard your favorite song in the radio and all of a sudden you realized you remembered nothing about it. Like, that would be terrifying. I feel like losing your memory is one of those things that's perhaps worse than death, kind of like Dumbledore says in Harry Potter. I just think that we are built of all that has broken us and all that has beautified us, and that losing memory is like losing a fragment of yourself. I can't even see my books from here. I need a new prescription. Every Day by David Leviathan. Every day follows a character named A, and every day A wakes up in a different body. They're the same person, like mentally and emotionally, but they are in a different body and they have to live out a day in another person's life. Well, things get complicated when A falls in love with this girl whose name I forget, but she was played by Angourie Rice in the film. The film was They fall in love with this girl, and they have to try to figure out a way to be in a relationship with her, but they realize that it's very difficult to love someone when you're a different person every day. And it seems kind of like a sci-fi, like crazy thing, but if you think about it, that's kind of a perfect metaphor for all relationships. You're never the same person you were yesterday, and you will be different tomorrow, because again, we're molded by what we experience. We're sculpted out of our joys and our sorrows and our anguishes and our delights. And I think that novel is a cool exploration of the idea that relationships sometimes don't work out because people change.
Game library looking a little empty lately?
Nope.
This week, the Epic Game Store is giving away Grand Theft Auto 5 for
Oh my
free.
gosh, you don't say?
Return to the mean streets of Los Santos for
Los
one last
Santos.
heist. And if you download Grand Theft Auto 5 now, you get to keep it forever.
Forever!
At Secret, we see
Ooh.
you killing it.
Oh, I think this ad is hilarious. Let's briefly talk about it. This is like the Secret Outlast deodorant ad. I love how they capitalize on the idea of female empowerment to make money on deodorant. I just think that's absolutely hilarious and misguided, but whatever.
We don't have time to sweat the small stuff.
No, we don't.
With Secret Outlast, you get 48 hours of best
48
in class
hours,
wetness protection.
ladies.
So before you take out that loan to start your own business,
Yes, queen.
head to that rally.
I love this one. This is called I'll Still Have Me by Syn. S-Y-N.
I broke my back 'cause I'd run in circles. I thought you would too. If I don't have you, at least I still have me.
When a relationship ends, it's important that people remember that they still have themselves, that you're still there, and you can be whole without another person. It's meant to be a romantic song, I believe, but for this one, I'm actually going to pick the novel adaptation of Dear Evan Hansen, which I didn't actually like nearly as much as I like the soundtrack, because I've not seen the actual show. But in this novel, a boy dies of suicide, and his sister and his family, they have to learn to cope after his death, and they have to realize that something irreversible has happened, and it's devastating, but they still have each other, and they still have themselves to hold on to, and it's what they do in the future to help people and to spread kindness and awareness that really matters. The Dress Looks Nice on You by Sufjan Stevens. Not his best song, but cute nonetheless. Let's go.
I can see a lot of life in you. I can see a lot of bright in you.
And I think that dress looks nice on you. I can see a lot of life in you. This song, The Dress Looks Nice on You by Sufjan Stevens, I think is another one of those kind of pure, more innocent songs about kind of first love or a budding romance relationship of some sort. And I don't own that many books, as we know, so let me look on Goodreads to see what I've read, to see if any of them Oh, you know what? I know exactly what I want to do. The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. This novel follows a guy named Jean Perdu. And Jean Perdu had a loving relationship with this woman, whose name I believe was Manning. Her name was Manning. I gotta remember that. Peyton Manning, y'all. Manning. I don't know. One of the two. He fell deeply in love with her, but she left him, and she ended up passing away. And that novel is about his grief for getting over this woman that he loved so dearly. Their relationship, really, at the heart of it, seemed really pure and built on mutual respect and true love. And so I'm gonna say The Dress Looks Nice on You by Sufjan Stevens pairs nicely with The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott. Somebody said you got a new friend. Does she love you better than I can? I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh. Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott. What are we gonna say? Another song about loneliness. Shocker. Let's look at Goodreads again, because my bookshelf seems really far away right now, which is pretty pathetic. But I'm in the corner watching you kiss her, okay? This sounds like a love triangle book. We already used the Hunger Games. You're feeling a little left out, a little lonely. Ooh, I know exactly what I want to do. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This follows a fictional celebrity. She reminded me a bit of Marilyn Monroe, actually, in the 50s-ish, who decides she wants to become a movie star. And her name, you guessed it, is Evelyn Hugo. She is Cuban, and she is in love with a woman. And in public, she and this woman she's in love with, they have to pretend that they're not together and that they couldn't care less about each other, or that they're just best friends because society refuses to accept them for who they are. This creates just a little bit of strife in their relationship, because whenever Evelyn is pretending for the camera to like a man because she's not allowed to exhibit her relationship publicly because the world sucks, the love interest feels a little bit lost and a little bit like maybe she doesn't matter as much as she thinks she did. I'm almost at the sour cry, yeah. Stilettos and broken bottles, and I'm giving it my all, but another guy is taking home.
Minutes of working out in front of your judgy cat. That, my friend,
I don't have a cat.
is The Zone.
This song is called If I Were You by Claude.
If I were you, I'd drive 90 in my
Can I guess? Subaru.
Lock my clothes just to mess with you.
So this feels like another kind of teenage-ish, like, let's take risks, let's live freely kind of song. So I'm going to pick the novel Love and Gelato by I have no idea who. I will type it down below. This novel follows a girl whose name I can't remember, and she goes to Italy for a summer to reconnect with her father, her estranged father, after her mother has passed away of cancer. And it's all about reinventing her life and finding joys in a state of extreme grief. And it's a beautiful story, and the imagery is just stunning. Like, I really, really would like to go to Italy ASAP. This is Bruises by Lewis Capaldi. Ooh. And if only I could hold ya, you keep my head from going under. Ooh.
Maybe I'll just be on the brighter side.
Okay, I know exactly. So, Lewis, I love you. You're one of my favorites of all time. I went to your concert. I think it was 16 and up, and I was 15 and 355 days. So please do not do not get angry at me because I lied about my age. But this song I love. The book I'm gonna pair it with I don't love, but if you love it, totally cool. No book shaming in 2020. I'm going to pair Bruises by Lewis Capaldi with the Twilight series, specifically whichever one it is that Edward leaves and Bella's alone. So I think that is completely melodramatic and a poor depiction of a female character. That being said, I know that heartbreak looks different for everyone. And it can be really tough to let people go. Even if people like forget him, you need to focus on yourself or forget them or her, whatever. And Bella was incapable of doing that. But whoever is the narrator behind this song is clearly grappling with loss and wanting the bruises or the fingerprints or the loving touches that they gained from that relationship to stay, even though the relationship is not looking good at all. All right, everyone, that is the video. I do hope you enjoyed. I had a blast making this. Shout out again to Bex from Cozy Bex and Susan from Susan is Reading. Yeah. That's all I got for today. When is this coming out? This is coming out on a Tuesday, so I will see you all on Thursday. And until then, adieu. Okay, gotta try that again. Hello? No, too high. And until then, adieu.